Sibonge nakubaba uzikalala usihlalo sifundazwe sika Khongolose. Sibonge nakubaholi besifundazwe abakhona kanye nosihlalo region kanye nabaholi beregion. Sibonge nabakhona la ngoba bezwile ukuthi kuzobe kuxoxwa ngemva kokusebenza ngosuku lukazwelonke luka Madiba. Sibonge kakhulu abaqhamuka emabranchini. Ngiyafuna nje ukusho ukuthi ngivakashelwe lento yabantwana ukuthiwa umkhuhlane manje engimise kabi impela isangena uma ke ngilokhu ngithula ngithimula noma ngikhwehlela ningasho ukuthi uyaze iqhenya bulensizwa senkandla ngoba mase kufikile ukukhwehlela ukwazi ukubamba bengithi nje ngisho lokho nokuthi mhlawumbe ngeke ngisamba phansi ngihluba indlu ekhasini ngoba ukhuzeni hayi to reflect on the life and times of our illustrious leader, Isitwalandwe Siapalankwe, President Nelson Mandela, who would have turned 99 years old today on the 18th July ilangaza langalo ngabe seshele kolonyaka kodwa nje ahlanganisa ikhulu. Izwe lonke lizobe ligubha kanye nathi lolu suku lokuzalwa kwaleli qhawe ubaba uMadiba. Njengabantu base South Africa ngokweqiniso siyaziqhenya ngaye. Siyaziqhenya ukuthi izwe lethu lakhiqiza omunye wabaholi oqotho owaziwa izwe lonke, othathwa njengomholi odlula abaningi. Nathi ke njengabase South Africa namhlanje sijoyina izwe lonke ukugubha lolu suku luka Madiba ekummukeleni silgubha in his honor. Madiba directed us all to do something about our liberation, that each and every one of us must play a part. And as he did, the United Nations, at its own time, after considering all issues, after hearing Madiba, after knowing about his activities, chose a day as a recognition of this illustrious leader. And recognize Madiba as a man who made a contribution, an outstanding contribution to work for a country and a world where there will be no misery. At the inauguration of Madiba, when he was being sworn in, efungiswa ukuthi usewumongameli, kunamazwi awasho. Adumizwe lonke njengendoda ekhaliphile nendoda ekwazi ukuyibeka into izwakale. Leli langa ke likaMadiba sihlonipha ngesiqubulo esithile esisikhethile esithi action against poverty, ngoba ngenye into ayizimele ukaMadiba. This theme benefits Madiba himself, as his life was about building a better and more prosperous society without poverty, inequality, and unemployment, and an improved quality of life for our people. The following he said on the 10th of May 1994. This is what he said, and I quote, "Let there be justice for all. Let there be peace for all. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. Let each know that for each, the body, the mind, and the soul have been freed to fulfill themselves." Unquote. Indeed, Madiba was one of the greatest sons of our country and our continent, from whose life we must continue to draw lessons and inspiration. his entire adult life was dedicated to the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality. In him, we see what we seek in ourselves. He was the repository of the best values and aspirations of our movement and our people. Madiba was a revolutionary, democrat, and a selfless revolutionary who was willing to lay down his life for the freedom of his people. This founding commander of Umkhonto weSizwe was a man of peace, and yet he knew deeply that peace would not be given to his people as a gift. It had to be fought for and achieved. And indeed, he fought and sacrificed 27 years of his life for this country and its people. Sekusukile lokho. Ngakhathazeki. Ngeke ufike lapho umkhuhlane ningathuki. Ngeke nginithelele. Nelson Mandela was therefore everything we should all aspire to be. When our people sing a song that akekho ofana naye, they are correct, because indeed Madiba was one of a kind. Comrades and young leaders today are joining the world in honor of this giant, a leader who became a global icon and taught us that one's humanity is caught up and bound with that of another person. Umuntu ngumuntu ngabanye abantu. That is why on his birthday we all do what we can to make the lives of others better, and also to build a better South Africa and a better world. Kubalulekile ukuthi sikusho lokho ngoMadiba. Uthi uMadiba uhambe uhambo olude esuka eQunu. Mawubala isikhathi asuka ngaseQunu nesikhathi afika ngasePitoli eUnion Building. Kuyabonakala ukuthi uhambo lwakhe lwalulude kakhulu. Futhi kubonisa igaba zakhe ezahlukahlukene azihamba kulolu hambo olude kangaka, nokukhula kwakhe aze abe ngaphezulu kwentaba. He's inquivid in ukuthi athande njalo nje ukuthola ukuthi ngabe kwenzekani ngaso sonke isikhathi. Inquisitiveness and nokukhuluma ngezinto uma engakholelwa yizo nakholela yizo. And his outspoken nature as a young man earned him a place among a visionary generation that founded the Congress Youth of the ANC and propelled him in the ANC onto a qualitatively different plane of struggle. Ube nembono, ube kwazi ukuthi into mayinkinga icabange isisombululo. Abese uyasikhuluma. Madiba belongs to a special generation of young men and women that was radical, militant, robust, and daring. They were not cowards. Babengewona amagwala, kwakungamaqhawe azimisele. Ayizimisele ukufa nokufa. However, I must emphasize that their radicalism was informed by conviction and not by convenience. They were radical truly because they believed in the moral and intellectual superiority of their ideas. Babazi kahle ukuthi ama ideas aqopheke athuthuka ku ANC makhulu angaphezulu nakwamanye ama idea abanye abanawo. Abakwazi ukwesaba ngawo, babe lungisele nangasiphi isikhathi ukuwabeka nje. Benza ukuthi abantu babone ukuthi izwe limi kanjani. President Mandela and his comrades understood very well that the ANC Youth League does not exist for its sake. It exists to make an impact in the ANC and therefore in society. The question that remains for us, particularly the youth, is to try to unpack this phrase that the young people of the ANC baphilela ukwenza i-impact ku ANC motherboard. I'm saying the Youth League should impact that phrase. In other words, impact what impact are they supposed to do in the ANC? If you follow Madiba's generation, they made an impact on a number of fronts. In 1949, they wrote a document, classic document, about a detailed method of struggle. Kwakufanele ukuthi balwe kanjani, amasu namaqhinga azoma kanjani. Bekusho lokho ohlelweni abalwenza. Lemthetho abayiphula ngo-1952 yayiqhamuka kulolo hlelo. Akwenzekelanga nje. kodwa bahlala phansi bacabanga base beqhamuka nalolu hlelo. Yingakho nje kwathi uma kufika isikhathi se-defiance campaign umbutho wathi akube uyena uMadiba ovolunteer in chief, ngoba babazi ukuthi wazi kangcono ukuthi yini le okufanele yenzeke kanjani. As president of the ANC Youth League, Madiba demonstrated brave and exemplary leadership when he became the volunteer in chief of the defiance campaign in 1955. Ngamanye amazwi, he belongs to a generation eyayikwazi ukuthi uma isimo sixakile ibisizibuza ukuthi kufanele senzeni ukudlula kulesigaba, ibisiyakha amasu namaqhinga okudlula lapho. Babe ngakhali nje bahlale bekhaya usiyahlupheka thina, babe bathi singakususa kanjani lokuhlupheka. Lokho kuyabonisa kabanzi ukuthi uMadiba ngalenkathi waselinqobile ukwesaba ijele, wayengasalesabi ngokuthi avolunteer ukuhola ama-volunteer kaKhongolose ukuphula umthetho. Ngokunjalo nokuthi avolunteer ukuya ejele ayohlushwa ngenxa yokuphula umthetho. Kodwa bawazi ukuthi uma sidlula lapho kosho ukuthi siyasondela enkululekweni. But beyond this, it was Madiba's generation that formed Umkhonto Wesizwe in 1961, and he became its first commander-in-chief. I'm sure naizwa le ndaba bayakhuphuka kancane kancane, bayingxenye ka-ANC enendlela ukulela inkululeko engachithi igazi, kodwa futhi yibo ababona ukuthi isikhathi sesifikile sokuchitha igazi. This means that he was no longer prepared only to go to jail. He was also prepared to die for the cause of freedom. Nelson Mandela, thus, he optimized self-sacrifice. Ngamanye amazwi, ukuze ube yiqhawe eliphumelelayo kufanele ungabi nokwesaba, ungabi nokungabaza, ucacelwe ukuthi uyapi. Ngoba ungacacelwe kuyonakala. Ungaduka ushone ehlathini ulingisele yansizwa yeBhayibheli eyayithunyelwe maphi yashonaphi, yayithunyelwe eNtalashishi, yona yashonaphi. Kuthiwa abakhuluma iqiniso bathi kwakulewa kakhulu eNtalashishi, yayesaba, yayisiqamba ukuthi ayidukile igwinywe ufish. eNtalashishi le ndawo namhlanje kubizwa ngokuthiwa iAfghanistan. Yaya lapho kuhlale usolokwaliwa njalo nje. Yajika yashona ngapha, yayiseva umphefumulo wayo. The question that remains, particularly to the youth, is how many young people today are prepared to sacrifice their comfort for the cause of the people. We must search deep within ourselves to find out as to who who is it that made, sorry, what is it that made Madiba and his generation very special? They were a special generation. Madiba was indeed a special man. While he was fully conscious of his stature in the ANC and in society, he remained humble and insisted that he was part of a collective. Noma sebemncoma abantu bethu Madiba hayi uyedwa nje ngendlela ezinto ezenzayo. Waye njalo athi angingedwa. Ngangeke ngifike la bengekho abafowethu. He resisted the racist maneuvers that sought to portray him as a better black and elevate him above his own movement. Why vika nje lento ukuthi athathe ukuthi usebaluleke kakhulu, usengaphezu kombutho, usengaphezu kwa yonke into. He instead at all times said that he was a subject of the recognized broader leadership of the ANC. Kusho ukuthi kwakuyindoda eyayazi ukuthi ekunqobeni izigaba ezahlukahlukene wayengeyedwa, wayehamba nabafowabo nodadewabo. Siyazi futhi ukuthi basekhona namhlanje abazama ukuthi bamkhethe uMadiba abonakale sengathi yena wayehlukile kwabakhona namhlanje. They want to separate Madiba and make him ukuthi uMadiba une legacy yakhe nje akekho yofana le ANC ekhona namhlanje akuyona le yaka Madiba. Siyayazi thina ebese bethu Madiba siyamthanda kodwa umbutho wakhe asiwuthandi. Kanti uMadiba wayeuthanda umbutho wakhe mawazi lokho ungeke ukusho lokho. Ucomrade usihlalo ushilo ukuthi uthando lukaMadiba lujule kanjani. Ingakho nje engesabanga ukusho ukuthi ngamzukwane hamba emhlabeni uyothi mayifika into yokuqala ifika ukubuza ukuthi lingaphi ibranch le-ANC ayojoyina khona ngoba wayengayibona enye into la emhlabeni. Ngingafisa ukugqugquzela amalungu ikakhulu amalungu entsha ka-ANC ukuthi abambe iqhaza endaweni eziningi zokushumayela ivangeli lemqondo nokucabanga okwakuphethwe uMadiba kanye nababe kanye naye abaholi. Uthi yini le eyabenza ukuthi babeqotho kangaka? Ingakho nje ngelanga nje kubonakala ukuthi kufanele ukuthi akhunjulwe ithi sonke ukumkhumbula kwethu kungabe umkhumbula nje yedwa ngoba wayeyinsizwe enhle ende kodwa sikhumbula ukuthi wayelwela thina, wayezimisela ukufa nokufa elwela thina. If we debate and talk about Madiba, we must always engage, bearing in mind that his legacy is one of the most contested today, with even some racist and most backward and reactionary formations claim to represent Madiba's ideals. Madiba's life and legacy will always be a subject of interpretation and misinterpretation by many. Some of whom will, true to their nature of showing legal respect for the truth and total disregard of historical facts, deliberately to create confusion ukuthi abantu bangamazi kahle ukuthi uMadiba lo wayemeleni bakhuluma yonke inhlobo yento le ngalenkathi esaphila bambopha bamthumela ejele wahlala iminyaka eminingi ewu27 bathi uyi-terrorist uye yonke into le babe ngamncomi uma esephumile senqobile but akekho ofana noMadiba indoda yamadoda lo yibo nje uZuma laba bangamzwanga ukuthi wayithini in his memory, in the memory of Tata Madiba, let us all double our efforts towards the creation of the society he envisaged, in which all people live together in harmony, and where the poor and the working class are able to enjoy a better life. We must be bold enough to decisively confront the stubborn ills of society that persists in society. We must do everything humanly possible to make women and children and the elderly feel free, safe, and comfortable, equal citizen in their country of birth. This means we must all fight and defeat violence against women and children in our country. We will be failing Madiba if we are not bold enough to stand up and speak against racism wherever it raises its ugly head. We must teach all our people that there is an antagonistic contradiction between loving President Madiba and still insisting on the supremacy of one race over another. President Mandela abhorred racism, discrimination, and was prepared to die in the struggle to end it. uMadiba wayebuzonda ubuhlanga ezimisela ukulwa nokuthi abuqede. uMadiba wayefuna iSouth Africa enhle ehlangene esebenzisanayo engenakho ukuhlukanisa abantu bobuhlanga babo. Ngethemba ukuthi siyokhumbula ukuthi uMadiba believed in the abiding power that lies in education. He viewed education as a great engine for personal development. uMadiba kwezinye izinto wayikhonze kakhulu imfundo, ukuthi imfundo ingenye yezinto eyithuthukisa umuntu abe namandla engqondo amaningi angakwazi ukuthi asisombulule inkinga ezibhekene nabantu. Wayazi ukuthi umuntu mayesefundile uyakwazi ukuzithuthukisa, uyakwazi nokubhekana nomndeni wakhe, uyakwazi ukuhlangabezana nezimo ezizinselela ngaso sonke isikhathi. It is precisely because of his conviction that he furthered his studies even while imprisoned in Robben Island. Wathi akasebenzise lesikhathi ngokuthi athuthukise imfundo. Ngifisa ukunikhuthaza ikakhulu intsha namhlanje ukuthi ake sihlale simcabanga ngoMadiba, simlingise, sizama ukuphila njengaye ikakhulu emqondweni wakhe ukukhulula abantu abahluphekayo. Njengoba sazi ukuthi namhlanje ulwazi lwemfundo selithuthuke kakhulu. Isizwe esingafundile sihlala njalo nje sibizwa ngokuthi isizwe sathuthuka. Asifiki lapho kuthiwa khona isizwe sesithuthukile lesi. Kufanele ukuthi sigcwalise izikhungo zemfundo eziphezulu ukufundisa abantu bakithi ukuthi bangabi abantu abafundela ukuthola umsebenzi kuphela, kodwa babe ngabantu abafundela ukwakha imisebenzi bakhele abanye, ukuze isizwe sakithi sikhululeke kwezomnotho. Uma sikhululekile ngokwepolitiki kodwa singakhululekile kwezomnotho, asikhohle siyohlupheka njalo. Yebo, ivoti libalulekile ukuthi sivotelwe, sivote, kodwa kufanele basazi ukuthi ivoti liyistebhisi sokuqala sokukhuphukela enothweni. Ngoba phela mase sikhuluma iqiniso, njengoba sivota nje noma singavota sesivotisise, kodwa uma singakwazi ukuwasebenzisa amandla ethu epolitiki siyohlala sihlupheka. Kusho ukuthi amandla ethu epolitiki asisiza ukuthi siwasebenzise ekutholeni amandla ezomnotho. Azihlukani lezi zombili. Uma ucabanga ukuthi ziyahlukana uthole yodwa ubusuthi enye bayithathe, usakhohliwe, usazohlala uhlupheka iminyaka eminingi. Ezomnotho ziyinto ebaluleke kakhulu esizweni. Uyokhumbula ukuthi noma ngabe uhlala emakhaya noma ngabe uhlala phi, kufanele ukuthi usebenze ukuthola into edliwayo. Makulinywa lima, uma ungalimi uzolamba udla imbewu, ungabe sakwazi ngisho ukutshala ke ngonyaka ozayo. Ngisekulelo phuzu kufanele nginikhumbuze ukuthi ubona ngigcizelela entsheni kakhulu nje ukuthi uMadiba waqala esemncane ukuba nembono namaphupho amahle for isizwe. Baqala ukulungisa ikusasa ngenkathi besebancane. Esinye sezizathu esabangela ukuthi babone kubalekile ukuthi bakhe i-ANC Youth League, ngoba kufanele ukuthi yenze i-impact ebalulekile uku-influencer i-ANC mother body ukuthi ahambe ngalendlela efunwayo. kunzima. Siyabonga kunzima. Ngiyabona ukuthi abakhunkuli khona bakwenzayo. Your actions must always show commitment, hard work, self-sacrifice, and love for your people. Ungahlukani nokuthanda abantu. As young people, you must take your rightful place in the leadership of both your organization, the ANC, and our beloved country, South Africa. Uma silalele emsebenzini, ngeke siyitholele ya South Africa ekhulunywa freedom charter. Ngeke izizele nje. Ivuka izizele kuwena, kufanele ukuthi uyisebenzele. Lolu suku esikhumbula lokho ukuthi singenzani ebalulekile thina njengabantu base South Africa. Okufanele ukuthi senze izinto senzela abantu. Kunento okufanele besiyazi ikakhulu thina baka Khongolose ukuthi sinenselelo enkulu yokuthi inkululeko iphelele, ayikapheleli manje. Akekho futhi omunye emaqembini wonke akhona eSouth Africa analeo responsibility. That's why bangakhuluma noma yinini abayithandayo bandise ngasinye isikhathi lento okuthiwa i-negative narrative. Ukukhuluma okonayo ngaso sonke isikhathi. Ngoba banandaba. Into futhi babangela babenze njalo ukuthi ANC namapolice amahle acacile ongeke wakha enye ipolicy engcono kune ANC. So ama opposition ase South Africa hlupheka kabi. Awakwazi ukutshena abantu ukuthi amapolice ANC mabi thina sinangcono nanka. Ngoba wekha wadlula wethu. So ingakho nje beresorta ekukhulumeni ngento ezingayiphambili ngazo kuphela nje. ANC hayi baze basithethise bona. ANC ayimplement ipolicy yayo. Ngazi ukuthi basicebisa kanti baxakiwe ukuthi bazothini. Ngoba sine policy superior. Bathola kamagama okuthiwa corruption mayibabo. Usungathi usungaze nomuntu ongekho corrupt usungaze uthi corrupt. Ngoba baswele into abazoyisho. Kodwa eqinisweni yithi okufanele basazi ukuthi si strong kangakanani. Singaze sizenyeze ngesinye isikhathi uma sihlulwe ukhetho sikhulume sengathi sehluliwe singehlulwanga. Into ebaluleke kakhulu ukuthi sazi ukuthi sinomsebenzi wokuthuthukisa iSouth Africa ifike lapho okufanele kuye khona. Laba ke abagodle umnotho abayithandi lonto ngoba babona ukuthi nizobaphuca umnotho. Ingakho nje beqinisa imikhankaso yabo yokuzama ukuthi ANC ayilungile. Baze bathenge abantu ngemali ukuthi nabo abasho njalo. Usizwe nathi sesithi hayi corruption la kithi pay iningi. Sizisho thina ke manje. Bangabe sasho bona vele babukele thina ngoba sesenza umsebenzi wabo. Umuqhathanisa amazwe ambalwa amazwe anezakhiwo ezulisana necorruption njengathi nabamba abantu bakahulumeni nabanye njalo njalo. Kodwa sibekwa sengathi yithi esiwest kuna wonke amazwe lawo. Nathi bese siyavuma. Ngiyabonga baba. particularly to the youth who look forward to your generation, in particular, intsha namhlanje, to lift our country and people out of the clutches of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. Sibheke kakhulu entsheni ukuthi njengoba sikhala ngokuthi khona ungalingani nje kusho ukuthini. Intsha kufanele ukuthi yazi ukuthi asizalwanga sinje thina abantu bamnyama se-South Africa. Sasinezwe lethu siphila kulo. Izwe enye yezizinda zomcebo. Uma abantu bekuphuce umhlaba bakuphuce isizinda nempande yomcebo. Noma singathanda kangakanani ukuthi singaqeda ukuhlupheka, singawubuyisanga umhlaba, sifana nomuntu ophuphe ngalele hamba nje mina. Abesethi lelo phupho liyiqiniso. Ingakho nje iposition ethathwe iKZN kule mbandela ebalekile njengomhlaba nje ibaleke ngendlela eyisimanga. Ngoba uma kubuya umhlaba kuyobe kubuye isithunzi sethu na yonke into. Siyokhumbula njengoba besho nje ukuthi uPlaatji owayeSecretary General we-ANC ngo-1913 wathi uma sekwenziwe lo mthetho wathi abantu bakithi thina abantu abamnyama salala singabantu sinomhlaba savuka ngakusasa sesi-worse than igqila. Sesingento yalutho. U-1913 ke kwangona nomthetho okuthatha izwe base belithathile eliningi. So khumbula phakathi u-1913 kwase kungemva kwa-1910 base beke babusa ama-republics awu-4 azahlanganiswa kwenziwa izwe lodwa South Africa, Union of South Africa. Ngomhlaba base bewuthathile already. U-1913 base nje bethi lo mhlaba bawuthathe ngenkani sebenza manje ukuthi kungabe kusashiwo njalo kuthiwa bawuthatha ngokusemthethweni. Zincane indawo ezathathwa ngemva kuka-1913 ukuneza zithathwe ngaphambili. Base bekhothuluza nje lezi ndawo ezicebile ukuthi awasithathanga le ba remove abantu bathathe. This is a serious matter. It's a matter we can't sleep. Singadilanga nayo emathuneni. So Jesu zona sizulwini. Nkulunkulu akawafuna magwala. In this regard, I would like to make a special call to the youth of South Africa to take forward our fight against poverty as Madiba himself would have done under the Mandela Day theme, Action Against Poverty. We have identified access to land as one of the critical weapons against poverty. Makubuya umhlaba nje azi ukuthi sishawe ingozi engeqwantwala indlala. Ngoba sesiyobe sesikwazi ukulima senze sikufunayo sifuye njalo njalo. The acceleration of the land reform program is critical so that we can continue where Madiba left off. Umzabalazo saqhubeka. AmaPutukezi athi aluta continue. Umzabalazo uyaqhubeka. The struggle continues. Madiba brought South Africans together. This generation of today should cement that togetherness by ensuring that South Africa was together to ensure success in implementing programs that will be about radical socio-economic transformation. These programs that will ensure expand access to the economy for black people, expand health care for all through national health insurance, ensure safer communities, better housing, education, transport, social security, and indeed many other public programs. We have defined the robust or radical socio-economic transformation. Ubano kumbula usidifane sathi shuthini. What does it mean? Because abantu babethi asiyazi into esiyishoyo. Sitheni? Iqhiqhiqa zikho la. Zikhona. Sidifane sathini pho? Sathi radical economic transformation means change in the structure of the economy. Siyavumela. Okwesibili, systems, right? Kwesithathu, that's correct. Ubanoshilo. Oh, institutions, that's correct. We told you. Eyesine, patterns of ownership. Agreed? Yes. Yes, management. Eyokugcina ithini? Ngam sengikhohliwe. Yeah? Ngeke ngisho yokugcina. Ifuneni zenithole. Ngifuna impela uzoyikhumbula. Uma ikhona sasela noma ntayisekho. Ikhona. Ithini? Okay. As young leaders of the ANC, you must never fail in this mission. Uma kufaileni nakosho ukuthi kufele wonke umuntu. Phela kusinokudedelwana. Omadiba baba nesikhathi sabo sadlula. Abaka 76 baba nesikhathi sabo sadlula. Ama young lions of the 80s aba nesikhathi sawo sadlula. Intsha namhlanje esiphila enkululekweni ithini yini le abazoyenza ibe mnqamla juqu noma ibe umlando. Ngoma singakwenzi lokho khona bafa bahlakaniphile abahlale bacabanga njalo ukuthi basenza kanjani sihlale la sikhona. Kuwo wonke amazwe akhona ngaphansi komthunzi welanga noma ungafika kuliphi abantu bomdabu baleyo ndawo ibona baphethe ezomnotho. Kulapha kuphela eSouth Africa lapho khona kuyisimanga abanikazi umtsinso kuyimilela awuphethe ezomnotho uyahlupheka. kukhona insizwa yaseGhana eyayikhuluma ngathi sedelela kodwa kunzima ukuyiphikisa. Ingoma nje ukuthi abantu base South Africa bahlakanipheka kodwa bayakhuluma nje. Ekwenzeni lutho. Wathatha a very simple logic. Ukuthi nehlulwa yini abantu abamhlophe bebancane kangakanani baningi na. Ngenkathi kulelo inkululeko. Waseyichaza ngoba no intenze ukuthi sehluleke ngoba sihlakaniphe kakhulu. Wathi now abantu base Africa ngenhlangano wenziwe les French na isingisi basikhuluma ngendlela yabo. Esebachazela ke manje ukuthi why behluleka. Wathi if you meet a South African because no, if you met a South African and you ask him, why are you not finishing the struggle? They are not going to be able to answer you. He says, we in Ghana, we embarked on one strike. One man down, we got our independence. It was as simple as that. Abe said, if you ask a South African who is walking, you see a lion next to him, he's just going to walk as if he does not see the lion. He's waiting for you to say, hey, here is the lion. And then it's going to ask you, where is it? Then you point him. And then he's going to ask you the next question. And then, what must I do? And then you have got to supply the answer. Hit it. It's going to devour you. And you'll ask another question. With what? And you'll say, no, pick up the stone next to you and hit the lion. And he says, you'll still ask another question. He said, pay teacher man. At what velocity will be this stone traveling to the lion? He was just trying to display how much we talk too much with less action. Bona, one strike, one man down, they got their independence. Tina sisabuza nokuthi each elizobel hamba ngasiphi speed. No, before that, before lelo lich. The other question I skipped. Where must I hit it? Hit it on the head. And that's when he says, at what velocity will the stone be traveling to the lion? Asisukume simenge nyawo bakwethu. It's absolutely important. Kunezinto okufanele basizenze manje after 20 years of independence. It's serious njengoba usihlalo besho la. We can't fail to solve the land question. Is sitting there evidence why we have three challenges: poverty, inequality, and unemployment. We are sitting there because the land was taken from us. It created poverty, it created everything. But another thing that which it created was the lack of dignity. If we have got no dignity. If any family akuxosha ungena emgwaqweni awazi ukuthi uyomaphi ngoba unandawo hamba ufucela kwamanye amafama ukuthi ngangena na. Literally no place to stay. It's a serious matter, the land question. But I'm happy because the province, even in the policy conference, raised the matter very sharply. In fact, I must appreciate your delegation. As always, it was very sober, very clear on matters. It occupied the right place in the conference to say which direction the conference must go. So it has been absolutely amazing. But let us take Mandela Mandela was working with a colleague. Let me just tell you some of the small little stories that tell how they worked. After a long time, Lulego Defense Campaign, etc., Madiba and perhaps few others felt the method of non-violent struggle was no longer working. And they believed the time had come for the armed struggle. And the discussion, don't listen to many other people who invent other things about who was behind the idea of the armed struggle. It was the ANC, not other people. Uma bengazi-ke baye bathi yaqala la bayazi indaba bayibambe emsileni. Madiba had a conversation with Tata Sisulu. Madiba raised the matter that, look, time has come for the armed struggle. And they agreed, two of them, first. Tata Sisulu was very clever, understood Madiba very well. And he said, Madiba, you must raise this matter in the next meeting of the National Executive Committee of the ANC so that we can begin to discuss it formally. Madiba said, fine. Madiba raised the matter. One of the outstanding, clear political leader and revolutionary, a communist, who was never confused at all material times, who was very clear why he was a communist. Kotan. He did not even allow the matter to be discussed. He went for Madiba and actually said, this is adventurism you are entering to. And once Kotane would have spoken, very difficult for others to speak because he was so clear. So the discussion died. When they came there, back demoralized, bahlangana boy two, but where did we miss the point? And Sisulu said, no, Diba, we made a mistake by not mobilizing or talking to Moses Kotane first, so that by the time we went to the meeting, he was aware of our argument. We are correct, we are not wrong. He has just not seen it because we didn't have time to motivate. So Diba, go and have a cup of tea at his home and discuss this matter. Madiba did exactly that. Went for a cup of tea and explained it thoroughly. And the scientists understood how correct this was. And Kotane said, in the next meeting of the National Executive Committee, raise the matter again. And indeed, that's what they did. And the matter was discussed. Long argument, because there were those who were against the armed struggle. Finally, those who were against, they were defeated in the debate. I won't tell you some names, because there were. So the decision was taken that, yes, the time has come. Do you see the impact of the youth? As I was saying to the youth, can you unpack what is an impact that we need to make to the ANC, the mother body? You saw those young ones who were, by the way, a generational change in the NEC, because they were there younger than those I'm talking about. So when they'd agreed, they said, we need to take on board the entire alliance partners. And therefore we should organize the second meeting where all the leaders of the alliance will meet and discuss, not this alliance which we call now tripartite. It was still the one with Indian Organization, Colors People's organization, etc. Those who were arguing against this decision asked a permit or permission that in a bigger meeting, can they be allowed to continue arguing against? And they were given the leeway that you can do it. And indeed, the matter was discussed very thoroughly. And finally, those who had a different view were defeated in the debate, internal debate. And the armed struggle was adopted. And Madiba, because he had come with the idea and motivated for it, and he had been the volunteer in chief, was then asked to be the first commander, because he understood it very well. Madiba has been a powerful leader. Even within the ranks of the ANC, he has been given very daunting tasks by the ANC, which he has always done. That's why we say he was very special. When he finished his burning order, before they renew the other, he went underground, and the movement organized the All-In Convention in Pietermaritzburg. And he was given a task to be the one to discuss that matter and make it known. And indeed, he was in Pietermaritzburg. Again, just to show his power. A journalist who wanted to report, when he came, because the venue was changed, the venue in town had a problem, so they went to township. It was small, packed. So the journalist wanted to be inside and hear properly. So he went around and found a window on top and went up and threw himself inside. He fell on people there. And next to him was the small table of the special branch who were taking note. They used to come and take note in our meetings during those days. And he says, Madiba delivered the speech. When he finished, before he was made to disappear, these special branch were taking notes. One turned to the other and said, this is the speech. It looks like, or it sounds like, the President of the United States has just given a State of the Nation address. That's Madiba. Powerful. In his first case in Pretoria, 1962, because Madiba is unique, addressing the magistrate, he said, I am in a white man's court. I'm a black man in a white man's court. Very rich statement, because he was saying, you actually ought not to be trying me, because you are an oppressor. But in the Rivonia trial, again, he made a statement in court that I fought against white domination and I fought against black domination. I cherish the country where there will be peace and harmony and equal opportunities to all. Very powerful statement. Madiba was very clear where we were going, and he had a powerful collective around him that made him to be an outstanding leader. And he did not regret that the movement took a deliberate decision when it was fighting for the release of political prisoners, that because Madiba was Madiba, his name will be the one that will be promoted on behalf of all prisoners. Release Madiba campaign. Because he understood things better. So this is a man that got recognized by the international community. Very powerful. One time he was having a state visit in London, in UK. You know, Her Majesty the Queen sits stiff, does not move. When the South Africans were playing music, Walaikai, Madiba stood and started dancing. And the Queen looked around, did not know what to do. The Queen stood up. He's the only one who made the Queen to dance. Absolutely. He is an amazing leader that we should all remember and move. President Tambo one time failing to convince somebody on unity, he said, "Sengimiyekela uMadiba lo," because uMadiba has never been defeated by anyone in the debate. So we are talking about a unique man. I'm sure many of you will remember when we were negotiating. On the day we were taking a break for the first time, de Klerk tried to be clever, asked that he should be the last speaker. And yet he wanted to criticize the ANC. And indeed he criticized the ANC. Madiba was sitting together. He did not say a word, he just looked at him as he was talking. Just looked at him. As soon as de Klerk finished, he just stood up here without saying to anyone where he was going. And he walked. And Madiba thought, de Klerk thought he's coming to shake hands. He did shake hands and left him going, and he went to the podium and said, "We are not going to do that to me. We discussed, you agreed that to be the last speaker. But what we are doing, you are actually taking us back." He went for him and told him whatever that nobody could have told de Klerk. Upek Botha was running among us here. "What can we do? This is a disaster." We said, "It is your disaster, not our disaster." And Madiba met his colleague, and they produced a document of demand. I suspect it was 10 points, if I remember very well. That will never come back to negotiate unless those conditions are met. And if you know Madiba, you don't wish to be on the other side of him, because he was powerful. At times de Klerk would almost come closer to tears, because he insists. We were one of the few countries that had to negotiate before we suspended the armed struggle. We suspended it very late because it was a very important tactic, that this was our kind of bargaining matter. So Madiba was Madiba, different from many. And if we accept that as ANC people, we must know we need to remember him and make him the man he was. We will do so to do what Madiba believed in. One of the things that Madiba believed in was unity of the ANC. When he was in prison in 1985, was it? No. Kwakabe was 1985. Am I right? Yeah. 1985. He sent a message from prison, smuggled it out. And the message was talking about unity, saying to us, we must remember that unity is the rock upon which the ANC was founded. So if we believe in Madiba, we must work for unity of the movement. in the last conference of ANC, the policy conference, mark you, we have gone through difficulties, started a number of years back in terms of internal tension. We have raised the issue of unity because I think almost it has become no longer a secret, a known secret, that we have developed a system of slates and factions. And they are killing the organization. Because if we are not united, we are weaker. If we are united, we are more stronger. We have raised the issue that we need to talk about, of looking at changing the manner in which we go for elections. Because when comrades contest, they fight as if there is no tomorrow, where you need the ANC to leave. We have made a proposal that one day we could talk about no other matter, just that one. Is a matter that must exercise our minds. Some misunderstood the point. They thought that we are saying, let us have a kind of managed elections, wherein we negotiate, blah, blah, blah. Because if you do so, you further entrench factions. The faction would be saying, well, we gave you so much. What do you give us? It's like we are dealing with two countries. We are saying the critical matter of uniting the organization is not to unite the candidates, it's to unite the organization, the factions themselves. And therefore, you need to say if two people are contesting the presidency, or there could be more than two. Those who become number one becomes the president. The one who carries the second bigger number of votes must be the deputy. So that the two factions, we stop doing what we've been doing, the slate, where is a winner take all. In its very nature, it carries disunity. Because you take all, then those who are defeated, as they move from the conference, they start working against the ones who have been elected. So you'll never be in peace. Firstly, to undermine those who are going to be in the leadership and cause problem down the line. And you need, therefore, to find a thing that puts them together. And we are saying, making those who are contesting, the one who has more votes, number one, the one who has lesser vote, number two, you are actually making this faction to be part of the movement. Because there's not going to be winner take all. That system will make that, therefore, because they are together, even when it comes to deploying the cadres, you will take from both sides. And we will be working together. And that will begin to see a united ANC. The question that comes is that the branches are asked to nominate a deputy president, separate from nominating a president. What happens to the one who has been nominated? We say, let us go back to our constitution and amend it to say the one who would have been nominated by the branches, there will be a contestation of the deputy president position. the one who wins that becomes the second deputy president. So that one also, either he or she is accommodated. So we are not undermining that constitutional right. It is better to have that formula rather than to leave the ANC fighting 24 hours forever. Is an important point. Some comrades, because when people are in factions, they fight as if they are really dealing with the enemy. They might have entrenched their position for the coming December. We are not saying necessarily that must begin to work in December, but December conference must take the resolution so that the next election, by the time we begin to prefer our candidates, the fight is not as vicious as it is. But then we would have gone through the process, and it's a matter we need to discuss as the ANC, because we cannot allow factions to become, you know what happens today, because we pay lip service. People condemn factions, aswafuna factions, abulala umbutho. Sikhuluma nje lapho, no matter what level, we already have an appointment of a secret meeting of a faction to go and plan as if we never engage the discussion that says we don't want factions. So we need to cure the movement ourselves. Nobody's going to help us. If you look back, let alone uolomisa wayemoshile waxoshwa kusekhona Madiba. But he came from here to go and open up a party. If you leave him, because of the problems that began in the ANC in 2005, we ended up in Polokwane. Those were defeated because some of them were very strong leaders. They could not accept that they'd been defeated and went and formed an organization called COPE. Thereafter, we had a very naughty young man, I'm just forgetting his name. Absolutely. Who was ill-disciplined and was dealt with and punished. Now, because there were some leaders who used him as their instrument, they supported him when he was doing wrong things. He therefore hoped that he has people who are fighting for him within the leadership. He will survive. He did not survive. And went out to form another organization. It's such an irritant. Irritates. There's no politics, there's nothing, just irritation. But you don't need that irritation, really. We therefore have even to look at ourselves. Do we do enough to prevail on these people to handle one another properly? Although that's a different matter. But it tells you that we can be reducing bit by bit. You will again agree that many people who went out, they came back. Because our quarrel in all of these that have gone is not on ideology. It's on personalities and self-interest. They can't stay anywhere. They have to come back home. Because in other places, it's not right. But I told them, of course, that it is cold out there when they left. And some came back to say, you were right, it's very cold up there. We want to come back. And we allowed them to come back. So I'm merely making this point, comrades, because I'm sure at some point we have got to discuss the question. Because the question is not looking at the elections. The reality is that we are looking at disunity within the movement. What causes it? We can't run away from the fact that the elections of the ANC do cause this tension. So by making this arrangement, we are actually uniting the organization. That is the main objective. It's not to appease or manipulate the people who are sort of contesting against one another. It's a question of how do we unite the organization so that it can work to fulfill its final objective. I thought I should touch on this point. I am sure Ukuzen can talk more on it, but it's a discussion that is necessary. I am pleading and wishing that the province should really debate this issue and take a position. Even if in December we do not apply it, but we must take the resolution in December. If everybody agrees, let us apply it, that's no problem. But people must not shy away from discussing it because they think we are going to destabilize their thoughts for December. But we must. It's a critical thing. And if we fail, you must know, we'll keep on reducing and reducing and reducing. I don't think we need that. We need to do more. I thought I should make this point because those who are not delegates might have felt, what is this comrade doing? It's a very important point for the life of the ANC. So let us work for unity. This debate that I've just mentioned would actually be one of the elements that makes us to discuss unity of the organization. Let us work for togetherness. Let us work for justice and equality. And most importantly, let us work for radical socio-economic transformation so that the fruits of freedom that Madiba fought for can be enjoyed by all and to just not just a few, but all South Africans. Unpack this point. It's not something we need to agree. We agreed on this policy in 2012 in the policy conference and took it as a recommendation to Mangaung, and it was passed as a resolution. But people just put it aside. All we did this time was to remind ourselves that this is our decision, let us implement. Particularly because if people say the South Africans are a little bit restless, it's because we have not addressed these fundamental issues. It's us who must address them. And the restlessness with people will disappear because they will know that even if we have not concluded these matters, they are being discussed by our organization. So it is absolutely important. Those who have been empowered by education, who can do research and everything, let us work on it to try to produce a coherent paper on this matter. It's absolutely critical. Well, comrades, I'm happy that we have closed the day, Mandela Day, with this discussion. It's absolutely, it was worth doing it as ourselves. We must love discussing politics. A politician without politics is a danger. It's too dangerous. Many of the people who understand the language of the Queen, they speak a lot, but they lack politics. And that is taking its own toll to our movement. Political education, therefore, is a must. Don't assume. At times you can read a book and think that you have understood it, and yet we have not. For an example, we have not unpacked the details of the Freedom Charter. That is why even some in government, we are implementing it. They think we have not implemented it. But we are implementing it. As we talk about education, free education, that is discussed in the Freedom Charter. So there's nothing new. As we talk about monopoly, it is discussed in the Freedom Charter. And the Freedom Charter has said we will nationalize. And it counted the banks, the mine, and the banks and the mine, and what else? The monopoly industry. Hey, okay, let us agree for the sake of our meeting. Now, when people talk about the monopoly, some people who have become apologetic, they think you are saying something that was never said. It was actually said. In the last conference, we had a problem with comrades who were trying to water down the argument of monopoly capital. Literally. And if we tell you the history of those comrades, those who were with them who are no longer here will certainly wake up from the grave. I'm telling you, the point I'm making, a politician without politics is dangerous. One of the things that happen to such politicians, they can be bought with money. Because if you are a politician but you don't have politics, you have lesser commitment to principles. You also have legal understanding and commitment that you cannot take the money from the enemy. You cannot be bought. So it's always important to be part of political process of education, because it is in the discussions that you gain, that you get empowered more to understand the dynamics of the revolution. So it is very important. I'm appreciating this Cadres Forum chair, because it is always important where we are not just coming to jump around, but to discuss, understand politics. It's absolutely crucial. You will see people that you trusted doing something funny. It's because the politics is not enough. You can imagine if you take what has been done to some fellow from Ganza over the few years, how he has been talked to, sorted, and everything you can think of. If that fellow did not have politics, I'm sure he would have packed his bags and went to his home at Ganza. But precisely because he understands, and the understanding is not just to understand what people are saying, he understands where the program and the agenda comes from. And that agenda needs to be defeated. And you cannot defeat it if you don't know. It's a very dangerous agenda. Some innocent souls are running with it, they actually don't know. At times we pity them. Uyazi lento kuthatha umkhonto ukwazi umfowenu ungaboni ukuthi deprive umfowenu cause a problem with family because you don't understand. So understanding politics is crucial. You know, if you understand politics, can you share a platform with de Klerk and actually discuss the situation of the country and democracy? And he must be the first speaker. And we are part of it. I mean, we are not just discussing democracy in generalities. We are actually standing there criticizing your comrades together with de Klerk. I mean, de Klerk now must teach us democracy. You must know that those who do so, their politics is suspicious. They leave a lot to be desired. Can you, no matter how views you have, go and stand with my man in the same platform and criticize your comrades? No matter how you think you know, because it is the concrete world that will expose you, whether you understand or not. Because if you understand politics, it will tell you what you need to do if there are differences with your comrades and colleagues. Can you believe that even if you want to communicate a message to a comrade, you must communicate with the hostile media and actually call the press conference to talk about your comrade? We having not talked to your comrade first. Now, there are many people who stand there and say things, and because they are not being responded to, they think they know it all. Now, they might not know that those who are not responding is because they don't want to exacerbate this wrong thing, because they are politically clear. If you are politically clear, people can talk and swear at you, you don't worry. But if your politics is not enough, you can actually take a nobkiri person. But at the end, I'm sure, after some few years, the time will tell. The time will tell where these comrades, on their own, or besebe. Because you can't stand on a daily basis and criticize your organization and also pretend you are not a member of this organization. There are people who, when they are in their own organization, they criticize their organization to which they are leaders, they are members of the ANC, and criticize it as if they are not participating in those levels. That then gauges you. Are your politics fine? Are you matured? If you are matured, you not follow that, because that can destroy the organization overnight. You will understand, tolerate, help people even if they go wrong. Still call them comrades, even if their actions are not comradely. I'm just saying, absolutely important to discuss these fundamental questions about the future of our organization. If we remember leaders like Mandela, what is it that we should take from them? Absolutely important. We are left with what? 6 months to elections. Am I right? 5. Hey, kushuthi ngiyayilibazisa mhlambe ngifuna ukulongihleli ngupresident. Engakho ngikhohlwa nje. Awazi ngijahe kanjani ukuthi ke ngiphume eceleni. ngoba ngizoke ngabikho restricted ekuphenduleni abantu. Ngizobatshena nje kahle ukuthi wena kalokhu manje amasnes everything and blah blah blah. I can't even tell a person khona bazi ukuthi ngabatshena ekuseni nje ungabe indaba zalutho. So once sengile ungasasho ukuthi as a president you can't speak like this. Khona basho njalo. No, can't. Sengilapha ngimtshela ngithi wena yehle isipolice stopini esithile ngoba ukwazi ukudlula. Because mawudlulela ngale inkinga. Even nalaba bathi bazi Marxism. Laba bathi bazi Marxism. Sizoxoxa yona. Ukuthi thini Marxism? Of course we have comrades who know things. The last I checked, communists fight for socialism. But you can't have communist meeting for days. Nobody talks about how we are getting to socialism. The party of South Africa that some of us know, always, at a given time, they will point the way forward. If you read the literature of the party, I think in 1962, they wrote a document, The Road to Freedom. I think it was 79 or so. It had another conference and changed the road and put the path to power. Now, you'd be expecting that after the Congress of the party, a document of that nature comes out. Tololo. Aiko. Why? Because we discuss the ANC lapaya as if we are now an opposition to the ANC and individuals. So, fine. Abantu benza bakuthandayo. Kuthiwa ngesizulu ohlabe yakhe akabuzo. But I'm just saying, wait, even some pastors who talk politics, ngiyabona ngisasho kancane nje ukuthi umsebenzi wabo ukuthandazela abonayo. Akuwona ukufaka esihogweni abonayo. uNkulunkulu akashongo njalo. We'll be able to deal with it at the right time. So, all I'm saying, for us to maintain the ANC as strong and powerful, when we remember our leaders, we should always learn from what they did and why and how they succeeded to lead the organization. I'm very happy that today, after working for Mandela Day, you had this gathering of the cadres. What? Cadres Forum. Ngoba ukhomncelela akusikwe emncela kukhona uchairman othi out of order. You discuss politics. It is absolutely important. I must thank you, Comrade Chair, for really organizing this day and the leadership here. It has been worth attending. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Mandela, wethu, long live President Zuma, long live. Long live ANC, long live. Mandela, bathi yini socialism? awawuna muntu kodwa ayesababu abamaphutha aho ayefuna